oh, you gon' step on me. Get your issue if you thinking you gon' rap on me. They gon' find it stinking you run up on me. Sheesh, man. It's over. YB. Why you doing? Oh my goodness, man. We gonna get into it, bro, cause here. I don't understand it don't matter. Young boy arrested, facing 250 years. Here we go. 1090 Jake with the original video, man. Link will be in the description below. Here we go, bro. Here we go.
For a popular rapper is facing over 60 charges after he was arrested in Cache County.
NBA YoungBoy was arrested this week at his Mill Creek home in what the Cache County Sheriff's Office is calling an ongoing investigation into criminal.
Don't he already got a suspended sentence? So ain't he already going? Oh my goodness.
We are learning new details about why young rapper NBA YoungBoy was arrested in Utah yesterday.
The rapper, whose real name is Kentrell Deshaun Galden, was under house arrest as he awaited trial on federal gun charges. Several agencies, including the FBI and Secret Service, executed a search warrant yesterday morning.
September 19th, 2023. Reed's Pharmacy in Hiram, Utah, received a prescription called in for a 74-year-old woman named Bethel White. The physician who called provided the medication.
Who is Bethel?
Reed's Pharmacy
Bethel
in Hiram,
White?
Utah,
Are we serious?
Received a prescription called in for a 74-year-old woman
Bethel White.
named Bethel White. The physician who called provided the proper identification, but the number he called from wasn't from his pharmacy. A phone call to the suspected pharmacy would confirm suspicions. The pharmacist didn't have a patient named Bethel White.
Reed's Pharmacy contacted the actual physician, and the actual physician informed employees of Reed Pharmacy that he does not have a patient by the name of Bethel White, nor did he call in a prescription to a pharmacy in Utah. Oh my.
Never called in a prescription, and apparently someone's made several orders using his name that day. The prescription was
like
for
a
an
backup plan,
antibiotic, as well as promethazine.
How about we just
a Schedule 5
and
controlled
just never mind.
substance
I ain't gonna
and
get
one of the
ideas,
most
but I'm just saying,
abused
bro, like,
and sought after drugs in
tripping.
hip hop.
And you mean to tell me you couldn't just buy no, bro? You telling me you couldn't just buy no lean from nobody if you wanted it that bad? If you was fiending that bad? This guy.
Law enforcement would wait in the parking lot of Reed's Pharmacy waiting for someone to pick up the order, but nobody came. That same day, Spencer's Pharmacy in Logan, Utah, received a call from the same suspect using the same physician's information. This time, 71-year-old Gwendolyn Cox needed promethazine with
Gwendolyn.
2 weeks after the
Gwendolyn needed codeine.
A female came and picked it up, stating Gwendolyn was her grandmother. The following month, Spencer's Pharmacy received a second call requesting more lean for grandma. Spencer's obviously realized the 71-year-old didn't just drink the whole.
They requested more lean for grandma. Grandma was about to be turned up off the wall.
Served in less than 3 weeks. So this time they requested a hard copy of the prescription with the patient. So the suspect on the phone hung up the call. Spencer's Pharmacy attempted to call the number back after looking up the physician's name, only to make contact with the real physician, finding out someone's been fraudulently using his credentials. On January 17th, 2024, a fraudulent prescription was called into Larry's Pharmacy in Smithfield, Utah. It was the same deal. Another elderly woman wanted lean.
Would you stop? Like, it's one thing to do it once, twice. You've been called. Like, ain't you realize that already? You've been caught, bro. Why you keep going? Oh my goodness. You're on house arrest. Like, that should have been the let me chill out. You feel me? We already got 2. Let me chill out. You know what I'm saying? If you really need it, you could. It's just stupid at this point. I'm sorry. I don't care. It's just stupid. Like, what are you doing?
An agent
It don't even make sense. Like,
drug
come on,
task
bro.
force would conduct the initial investigation. Obvious similarities.
Like, you doing all this on house arrest. Like,
would lead officers to devise a plan. Contact would be made, and 2 females would arrive at Larry's pharmacy to pick up the prescription. They'd be detained, and officers would smell a strong odor of marijuana coming from the Chevy Tahoe they drove in. With the females consenting to a search, marijuana flakes would be found around the interior, along with an empty handgun case for a .45 caliber 1911. They claimed the marijuana wasn't theirs, and they were picking up a prescription for a friend.
You know what crazy times we in when you gotta deny the weed's yours? Yeah, bro, that ain't mine. I ain't gonna lie. That little weed right there, that ain't mine. Like, we in some crazy, like, that is, oh my goodness.
The 2 women would later be arrested for their role in the prescription fraud ring, and officers would discover the Chevy Tahoe they were riding in was registered out of Texas under a 24-year-old man named Kentrell Galden. Kentrell would be more commonly known.
You know another thing I don't understand? If you're going to do something illegal, why on God's green earth is the car that they going to do said illegal activity in registered to you? You know what I'm saying? Like, does nobody, like, oh my, bro, it just rattles my brain. Like, what are we doing?
Rap superstar NBA YoungBoy.
You didn't think anything was gonna happen? You ain't had no, you ain't like think
dispatch,
what was gonna happen afterwards?
That none other than Gwendolyn Cox needed to speak. During the conversation, she'd state her last name was White instead of Cox, and she'd give her birth month and date, but couldn't provide the age and wouldn't provide her address. It was very clear to the agent that Gwendolyn was using a fake voice, as this old woman sounded like a much younger male from the South. She or he...
You mean to tell me you called in yourself so you had females go pick up the syrup, but then you call in trying to be Gwendolyn? Word.
Statement saying, well, I asked her to.
But like, nah, bro. Could you imagine YB trying to call into your pharmacy, trying to be... I can't even do it in person. How would that even sound, bro? Like, what do we do? Bruh, I need 4-5 pints of the 9. Like, what are we doing, bro? Come on, bro. You is not serious. Boy, and you ain't think you were gonna get caught?
Call me. The terminology axe instead of ask.
Boy, that boy YB funny.
Giveaway
Axe.
consistent with her. Well, I asked her to, and she said that she'll have him call me. The terminology axe instead of ask was a dead
like we
giveaway
chopping down
consistent with a
trees.
southern dialect from states like Texas, Georgia, and Louisiana.
He is
The following day, a
a
person
funny
who
character right
self-identified
there.
as NBA YoungBoy's business manager attempted to contact the drug task force in an effort to get the Chevy Tahoe out of the impound. During this time, the impound company suspected the vehicle may be stolen after speaking with the so-called manager, so the task force officer requested to speak directly with YoungBoy. In a conference call being recorded by dispatch, YoungBoy told the task force agent the females arrested at the pharmacy were family. The agent would ask about his relations to the female and if they had his permission to drive his vehicle, to which YoungBoy said they did have his permission, and he asked for his vehicle back.
Gotcha,
The agent
bitch.
would tell YoungBoy how to get his vehicle back, and the conversation would continue when YoungBoy said, ask him about the prescription that they picked up. He paused.
Bro, it's like, bro, it's like you're not even trying to save yourself at this point. Yo, what's more important, bro? Is the drink more important than your freedom? I'm genuinely asking, because, like, it seemed like it. It ain't seeming like it. It ain't seeming like it. It don't seem like you want to be free, bro. It seems like you want the drink. You mean it? You go get your car back. What are you talking about? Ask them for the. But what about the? Hey, bro. Ask him about the prescription too. Get out my face with that, bro.
For a few seconds before
Come on.
saying, she on the fucking hospital bed. She on the hospital bed. The agent was aware YoungBoy was speaking to someone else who claimed to be YoungBoy's brother. The call would break up and go silent for durations of time, leading the agent to believe they were muting the call. Because YoungBoy was speaking about prescriptions without being asked, showed he had knowledge of the fraudulent prescription the females attempted to pick up. It would also prove intent, as YoungBoy attempted to further the prescription fraud by stating, "She's on a hospital bed," referring to the fake patient.
She's on the
YoungBoy
hospital bed. Like,
slip up,
it's crazy.
using the word "ax" instead of "ask," the same way the fake patient Gwendolyn did on the phone. And at this point, it would appear obvious NBA YoungBoy was pretending to be a 71-year-old woman in an attempt to get lean.
And you 24 trying to be 71, bro. You tweaking. You think they ain't gonna catch on? Man, especially the feds, bro. You don't think they know what a old white lady sound like between a young black? Come on, bro. Bro,
Prescriptions was successfully picked up would be made.
Granny wants some codeine.
Beatrice White, Caroline
Beatrice
White,
White,
Gwendolyn White, Alice White, Francine White, Francine Taylor, and Gwendolyn Cox were all fake elderly women whose names were used to pick up different amounts of codeine. Sometimes
thought he was performing the 50 Cent.
What? YoungBoy's own name,
Linda,
would be used with the birth year of 1953 to pick up a 7-day supply of codeine.
Boy, YB was in. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fake identities. Nah, he was in Utah going through it, boy.
Additional calls were made using YoungBoy's real name and real birth date by someone in Houston, Texas. It was discovered the same white Tahoe registered in Texas that the females were arrested in could be seen in one of YoungBoy's music videos.
It's over. Night. It's over with, bro. He choked.
After he was identified as the primary suspect.
There's no way you getting out of this. There's only one way you get out of this. And there's no way you do that.
Georgia.
There's only one way you getting out of this one, boy.
He's also currently on federal pretrial probation as he awaits trial for a federal gun charge for possession.
And you think they ain't gonna lock you up?
Convicted felon.
Y'all think he gonna? Well, it's over with. I'm sorry, it's over with. It's chalk.
But violent. Back in
he done put himself in the hole and then buried himself. Like, what are you doing?
Louisiana as a juvenile.
Oh my
the charges
goodness.
were eventually reduced, and YoungBoy would be convicted of aggravated assault with a firearm, while his second charge of attempted murder was dropped.
Like, I got a genuine question, bro. How many chances do you get? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's been chance after chance after chance after chance with YB. How many chances do they give him before they just throw the book at him? Is this the draw, bro? I don't see you getting out of this one, big dog. Drug fraud? They got you red-handed, bro. You ain't getting out of this one.
Conviction alone would make him a convicted.
Y'all let me know in the comments below, bro. How many chances do they give him before?
Assault and kidnapping. With the
And I mess with YB. You feel me? I don't like, bro. I mess with YB, but come on, bro. It's like you feel me? Come on, bro. Anybody know? You feel me? After at least the first time, let's chill out. You gonna do it time after time after time after time after time. Like you ain't on house arrest.
A charge of simple battery, resulting in a misdemeanor conviction and 12 months of probation. In 2019, YoungBoy would be arrested for marijuana in Georgia, and in 2020, he'd be arrested in Louisiana for possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, distribution of marijuana, possession of a controlled substance, illegally carrying a weapon, illegal possession of a stolen firearm, and possession of a controlled substance. In 2021, the feds would indict YoungBoy for his Louisiana gun charge, and 3 years later, he'd still be on pretrial release. YoungBoy has been identified by the FBI as the leader of the NBA street gang. The gang itself is a group of YoungBoy's associates.
They connected you to NBA. I mean, they ain't connect you connected to
affiliation and violent behavior. YoungBoy's music is heavily influenced by that behavior, as he is consistently rapping about shooting and killing people,
bruh,
using drugs.
Y'all think while he in there, they gonna smack him with a RICO? Cause the way 1090 painting it, bro, that could be what. Ooh, damn. 250 plus a.
and having a strong dislike for law enforcement. The rap star currently resides in Huntsville, Utah, within a multi-million-dollar mansion he's named Gravedigger Mountain. With an ankle monitor, YoungBoy needs approval to leave his home for any reason, to the point that it doesn't even matter if it's a doctor's appointment. All guests that enter Gravedigger Mountain also have to be approved by his federal probation before entering the property. The same suspects that would be caught up attempting to pick up fraudulent prescriptions were all on YoungBoy's visiting list. On April 16, 2024, a search warrant was executed on Gravedigger Mountain home. He said a gun belonging to his wife was inside, and YoungBoy was asked if he ever handled the gun or if his DNA would be found on the gun. He denied that his DNA would be found, but stated 2 days earlier he had picked the gun up and moved it from an open area, placing it inside of a drawer. He'd claimed that was the only time he touched the gun, further stating his wife always has the gun within reach throughout the house. YoungBoy was asked about prescription drugs in his house, and he'd state he has a prescription for promethazine. He provided the doctor's name who prescribed it and said he was local. He confirmed his association with 3 of them, and when confronted about the call with the agent, he stated he didn't remember, making suggestions the agent likely spoke with his dad. But the agent would note YoungBoy has a very distinct
Yo, Pops, bro. Ain't YB's dad in jail?
Voice, and that it was in fact him on the call, as the agent later spoke with YoungBoy.
You can't mistake.
And could tell it wasn't him. YoungBoy was
you spoke to his pops?
And that it was in fact him on the call, as the agent later spoke with YoungBoy's dad and could tell it wasn't him. YoungBoy was interviewed further, but continued to be deceptive and deny knowledge of anything illegal. During the search, law enforcement found a prescription bottle.
And my grandma raised me. You know I ain't a hoe.
Inside YoungBoy's bathroom within the master bedroom.
Satan!
The bottle was prescribed to Caroline White, one of the fraudulent names. An antibiotic would be found within YoungBoy's name, but with the birth date from 1955. A handgun YoungBoy would be found within the master bedroom closet, with an empty magazine and 1 round loaded in the chamber. 3 more bottles of promethazine would be found inside of the home, and all electronics was seized. NBA YoungBoy would be placed under arrest and charged with possession of a weapon by a
Look at all them
person,
charges, bro.
pattern of unlawful activity, 20 counts of identity fraud, 20 counts of procuring or attempting to procure a drug prescription, 20 counts of forgery, and possession of a controlled substance being marijuana or spice. Now, while it sounds like YoungBoy clearly has a drug problem and was using his team to obtain them, how serious are his actual charges? For possessing the weapon and the pattern of unlawful activity, he faces up to 15 years each. Both fraud and forgery carry up to 5 years in prison, while trying to get a prescription carries up to a year. Because he faces 62 charges, NBA YoungBoy is facing, at maximum, a total of 250 years. But it's highly unlikely he'd receive that sentence, as that's the max punishment on every count. What is likely to happen is the feds will indict YoungBoy again for being a felon in possession of a firearm, the same way they did after his arrest in Louisiana. If this happens, we can expect his pretrial release to be gone and YoungBoy to be kept in a federal facility until both federal cases come to an end.
And listen, bro, I don't know, bro, but somebody around him should have said, I don't know, bro. It's just a lot of, it don't make sense. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below, bro. Yeah, bro. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below, bro. I'm out, bro. Free YB.